So I'm always trying to find a better day pack. When I say better, something that's lighter, something that's roomier, something that's durable, and also something that feels minimal. I don't like having a big pack on my back if I don't need to. So I thought, how cool would it be if I tried a waist pack like this Osprey Talon 6, and I wouldn't even have a backpack on my back, right? There's nothing up here. There's just this waist pack. So I use this for about 100 miles. And in this video, what I want to do is just kind of walk you through the features so you can kind of get an understanding of what it's all about, how it works, and then I'll give you some recommendations on who this is for. I think this is probably a great fit for some people, and for some people, it's not going to work so well. So first off, it's a waist pack. It fits like a hip belt on a backpack. So to put it on, you simply put it above your hip bones like this. You clip this together. And then there's two straps here that you cinch to pull it snug. And it should be somewhere around your belly button usually. That's kind of the sweet spot. When you have it on, it fits there. And you can see I'm jumping. There's minimal movement. I don't have the water bottles in there right now, but I do have it full and it fits pretty well. Now, when it does get heavy, the problem is that it goes down. So if I have water bottles and I have this full, the problem is the more I hike, this will end up sliding down here. That's only in the case where I have it fully loaded. I'm really just using the full 6-liter capacity of this thing. But that's the one issue that I found, or the major issue that I found with using this waist pack when it is full. It doesn't fit as you would intend it to. But again, if you want to have it maybe without all that stuff, it does fit really well. And if you do have it up here, you really have to cinch it tight to keep it on there, and then it's really not comfortable. So if you have it really jammed in there with full weight and you cinch it tight, it's not comfortable, but it does stay up. Now to take it off, you simply just loosen it like this. And again, it's the same as a hip belt on a backpack. If you've used that, it's the same as that. When this is sitting up on your body, it's got this airscape back right here. So there's a little bit of ventilation. On the side, it's padded and there's no ventilation. When you don't have this full to the 6-liter capacity, it's very comfortable. When you don't have it full, or when you do have it full to the 6-liter capacity, it's not so comfortable. I don't think anything would be. I think this is probably the upper limit of how much you'd want to carry in a fanny pack, the 6 liters, and it might even be less. We'll talk about that in a second, but the back is very, very comfortable if you don't have it totally jammed up. On the outside here, we have these two sort of wings, and they unclip like this, and you can put a jacket or another layer in there and keep it flopped around. It wasn't a great experience on the trail, especially if it was bouncy and I was kind of hopping around. Having something flop around all the time is not the greatest. On the side, we have two water bottle pockets, and those fit just regular water bottles that you'd buy in a store, up to like a smart water bottle. They're ideally made for a bike water bottle that has a little top, and they have these bungee cords on the side that you can essentially use to hook that bike water bottle in there. They're okay, maybe not totally necessary. I didn't find that the bottles really came out much. They were in there really solidly. And the other thing that's nice about this is when you reach back to get the water, I didn't have to chicken wing it like I do with a regular backpack where they're in a side pocket. This is a little bit closer, a little bit easier to get to. And when you put it back, because this is not like on a backpack like this, you can see it's flush, and you have to get the bottle in there. On this, it's already the shape of the bottle, so it fits in nicely, and you don't have to really worry about it. So getting back and forth to the water was very, very easy on this this pack. On the front, you have this little pocket right here where you can put a wallet. You can clip your keys into the lanyard. That's great. I love that. Every pack should have something like that. On the side, there are two massive hip belt pockets, and when I say massive, these are massive. You can fit snacks, have a headlamp in there, but you can see really big. They easily fit my iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is the biggest one. And they also fit a GPS map unit from Garmin. So pretty big pockets. I really thought that was well done. Now in terms of big pockets, let's talk about the main big pocket, which is the one on the back where the bulk of the 6 liters is. And there's a zipper right here that's conveniently covered. Now, this is massive. Like I mentioned before, this is probably the upper end of what you'd want in a waist pack. And I have a ton of stuff in here, and I wanted to bring this on as long of a hike as I could. And I've done like 15-mile hikes, and I have all of my emergency equipment, not all of it, but enough to stay overnight if I had to, this coupled with an inReach. And let me just show you what's fitting in here. And this is sort of the maximum of what I did carry and what I would carry. I have a water filter, I have rain pants, bug net, bivy sack, emergency sleeping bag, chargers and USB battery, rain shell, microphone for recording, some medical stuff, emergency kit, lighters, cordage, whistle, compass, and a blade, and a hat. So you can see it's fairly cavernous, but again, when you have this full and you have the 2 water bottles in the back, it seems like it's too heavy for a waist pack. It's almost like they pushed it just a little too far. If it was 4 liters, I don't think it would have fallen down the way it did when I had it jammed up, but you do have that option. You don't have to fill it with very dense things like I have blades and bags of things. It could just be like a big puffy jacket in here too, in which case it would be fine. It fits nice and it feels good. One thing for storage, if you use paper maps, there's no easy way to get a paper map in or out of any of these pockets. You know, I don't know how many people use paper these days as their primary. You know, you should always carry it as a backup, and you could fit a paper map in the back here, but you know, that was one thing that might have been a little bit easier, but these days, again, many people are on smartphones, so maybe it doesn't matter so much. So would I recommend this Osprey Talon 6? I think if you want a pack to do shorter day hikes, so, you know, maybe 5, 6, 7 miles, you're carrying 1 or 2 bottles, you don't have all of the survival gear that I showed you, maybe you just have a layer or 2 and some snacks, you know, maybe some little things, then I think this is great, because when you don't have it jammed up with stuff, it fits like it should over your hips, and it almost feels like you have nothing on your back. And in that respects, it's great. But once you go past that, if you plan on filling this up to its 6-liter capacity and it starts sliding down, then it's not such a fun experience. So what I would say is, if you want a pack for shorter hikes and you don't want a backpack, this is a great, great option. If you want something that's a little bit more versatile, I can highly recommend a pack like this, which is the Osprey Hike Light 18. This is about 1/2 pound more than this. This weighs just under a pound. And this weighs 1.5 pounds, but this has 18 liters as opposed to 6 liters. And you have a lot more options when carrying this. You can take the hip belt off if you don't like that feel of a hip belt, which I don't. It also has a trampoline back, so it keeps your back dry. But if you want something that's a little more versatile for a little bit more weight, it is a backpack. I would recommend something like the Hike Light 18. This is a great 3-season type of pack. If you just want something for shorter hikes, or you want something where you can carry more equipment for longer hikes or colder hikes if you wanted to, you have the option at least with the 18. But with this, you don't really have an option to carry a lot more stuff. One other use case I think it's great for is if you have a bigger backpack. This is a Gregory Zulu 30, so this is a 30-liter pack, good 4-season pack that you can carry plenty of things in. You can overnight with this if you wanted to. This is a great pack overall. But if you have this and you occasionally do shorter hikes and you don't want to carry a massive backpack on your back for like a 3-mile hike in your local park, then this is a great option to have. Having something like this is small enough that you could use it for those short hikes, and you can also use it if you're, you know, visiting somewhere like tourism, right? You're going to a new city and you want to carry some water bottles, maybe a map and a rain shell and a camera. This is a great option for that too. So it gives you some versatility if your only pack is maybe a bigger 4-season day pack. So that's what I got for you. Overall, I really like this, but I think the Hike Light 18 is better for me. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the YouTube comments. I'll do my best to answer all of them. If you like the video, if you can give me a thumbs up, I appreciate that as always. And yeah, stay tuned for more gear reviews. I'm going to review this Gregory Zulu 30 next. I've been using this for several hundred miles. It's a great pack as well. but I'll put all of my gear pics on my gear page as always, so check that out as well. All right, guys, I'll see you out there.